Hello everyone, today we are going to take a look at making the Vittorio Veneto class battleship, another project that has been a popular request on my channel. This class of ship is significant for being the Italian Navy's most important ships during the Second World War, and I have been looking forward to making a model of this ship for a while. This model was made using the help of the software Rhinoceros 3D. After modeling the ship digitally, I was able to generate a template for the geometries that can either be printed out or you can cut by hand as I will be doing, or laser cut if you have access to a laser cutter. These instructions will be available for digital download on my new Patreon page, and if you choose to become a Patreon, you will be able to access this file as well as instructions to past and future ships and also special additional content such as behind the scenes updates. If you have been enjoying my projects and would like to support my channel and model ships, I would very much appreciate your help and support. Our first step is printing out the templates and tracing them onto cardboard. If you have access to a laser cutter, this step can be skipped using the laser cutter, but you can just as easily do it by hand as I am doing right now. Like other ships I've made, the first thing we are doing is making the hull, which is assembled in pieces and connected together. To closely match the cross-sectional geometry of the hull is divided into two sections using 3 layers of cardboard and sheathed with a thinner cardboard on the outside. For the cardboard sheathing, it is important that the corrugation is parallel to the direction of the bend for a smoother outer surface. Next, we are making the turrets. The turrets on the Veneto have a complex geometry, but since they are all developable surfaces, the template I made results in a very accurate replication of the shape. If you happen to be using a thicker cardboard like I am here, you can cover the outside of the turret with an extra layer of thick paper or thin cardboard like this for a smoother surface. And by following the template, I am able to make both the main and secondary turrets relatively quickly compared to manually designing and modeling the shapes. Next, we are making the superstructure. The superstructure of the Veneto can be broken down into the tower and the funnels. The tower can then be further simplified into a series of stacked cylinders as shown here. And after cutting out and assembling the small pieces, it is a matter of gluing them together in the right order. Similar to the tower, the funnels are circular extrusions nested inside each other, and using the digital model and template drawings, the curved surface at the base of the funnel connecting the funnel to the deck is easily modeled and cut out as well. When painting, I find it helpful to paint the pieces separately before final assembly in order to prevent paint from getting onto surfaces where they do not belong. The color I am using is light gray with some slight rust and weathering effects made using black and brown paint, and the armor portion of the superstructure deck is simply a darker shade of gray. This makes for a pleasing color scheme that is easily achieved without the use of too many paints or materials. The ships of the Italian Navy during World War II have a distinctive red and white striped pattern on the bow, so I have chosen to represent that here in my model as well. This was used to help aircraft identify ships from the air. The turret barrels are made using bamboo skewers, and the same skewers are also used as an axle to allow the turrets to rotate on its base. The smallest secondary guns are made using a simple cylinder and a single piece of bamboo skewer, and toothpicks are used where the skewers don't fit for the turrets. Details such as windows on the shapes are drawn out with a black Sharpie marker in order to achieve better control of the shapes. Finally, I am adding some deck details. The details do not have to be exact at this scale, and I prefer using the technique of creating the impression of detail using simple shapes such as multicolored squares and rectangles. Next, I am adding in the propellers. These are the same propeller design I have used on most of my ships using bamboo skewers attached to a pinwheel shape. And with that, we are done with our model. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to support my channel, access instructions for past and future ships, or preview additional content, be sure to check out my Patreon page, and as always, don't forget to subscribe for more model ships in the future.